Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So today I will be showing you guys how I refresh one of my grow bags that has lettuce in it. So you can harvest lettuce multiple times, but over time the leaves get really bitter. So at this point my lettuce is really bitter, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity or good time to start from scratch. So you're gonna see me refresh the bag and throw in some new seeds. The seed packet says we should get lettuce in about 50 to 55 days. So hopefully we should be getting some lettuce to harvest in a couple of months. So if you guys like to see how I go through this process, keep on watching. So here's a bag of lettuce. It's in a 10-gallon grow bag. I'm going to start by harvesting whatever lettuce I have left. This is pretty much the same method that I use when I'm harvesting lettuce, except I'm going to harvest everything. So I have a couple of lettuce plants that I planted not too long ago, and I was thinking maybe just leave them, but I think I'll just I'll root them and then put them back in the soil. So I think that's all I'm going to say. So now I'm just trying to break apart any root masses, and just to mix up the soil and get it nice and loose. And I also make my own potting mix. I'll have a video on that shortly. I don't know if you guys can notice, but I also had some eggshells in here that I added to add calcium to the soil. It doesn't really matter which order you do things in, but I'm going to go ahead and add in some compost. And then I'm going to add some fertilizer. I'm gonna do in a little scoop. I did a little scoop because I usually fertilize with fish fertilizer maybe every couple weeks or so. So that should be more than enough. And now I'm going to add in some warm castings. Be about that much. Just mix it in. So the soil is looking very dry. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of water. So it's good to add in the water once you're done mixing everything well, because the water makes the soil heavy. So now, as you can see, it's a little harder for me to mix things in. The one thing with grow bags is it has really good drainage, because there's holes, everywhere, little holes everywhere. So if you overwater your soil, there's a high chance that most of the excess water will drain out. So when planting lettuce or sowing lettuce, it's good to know how much space is needed for your lettuce type. So for this one, it said your spacing should be about 6 inches. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But what I like to do is, try to make holes of where I think I want it to go. So I'm not going to overfill this bag like I did with the other one, or when, the previous time. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. but I also only have 6 or I don't know how many transplants I have, but I'm gonna start with the transplants. And basically to transplant, just put in a little hole about the size of the transplant. Make sure all the roots are covered in, like that. And you can use your hand to like keep it upright. And that's pretty much how you transplant. So it will take about a little bit before the lettuce, you know, continues to grow, you know, since we've really disturbed the roots. And you want to plant it about the same level that it was before. Making sure I'm keeping my space. So I think that's all I will do for transplants. So just to show you guys how tiny the lettuce seeds are. So I know I said I want to space out the bag correctly, but I don't know if I only want to have 6 plants in here. But another thing that you want to look for is the planting depth. So lettuce don't need to be planted that deep in the soil. So that hole obviously, you know, is too deep for the lettuce, so it's asking for a 1/4 inch. So I'm just gonna put in a couple of seeds in there. It's probably too many because probably all of them will germinate. And I'm gonna throw some in here. I'm gonna cover the hole. So again, you don't want it to be too deep. I wish I could sow in more, but I think, you know, just to keep the space and give them full room to grow, that's all I'm going to do. Well, actually I lied. I'm just gonna throw in some seeds. You know, it's really hard. I'm gonna throw in some seeds and like then if I need to, you know, just in case the transplants don't take. And just carefully you gently cover the seeds. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize the bag. I didn't think I was going to have any transplants to use in this bag, but since I actually put transplants in here, I'm going to use some fish fertilizer. It's just going to give it a nice boost and just help encourage quick growth. I'm gonna put in my watering can. They recommend about a tablespoon per gallon, but I usually don't measure, to be honest. I'm just gonna do about that much. I'm gonna move it to its final location so it doesn't get too heavy. As you can see, I folded the grow bags because lettuce only needs about 5 to 6 inches of growing depth, so that way I'm not wasting, you know, soil. So because my watering can has a really large spout, I'm going to slowly water it so it doesn't like disturb the seeds too much. Yeah, so we're all done. This is what we're looking like. I know it looks like there's a puddle of water, but it should like soak through in a little bit, and hopefully in a couple of months we're going to have a full bag of lettuce like that. So this is more of what I want. I don't really like the black seeded lettuce, or Simpson is called. I want more like this, which is why I left the red transplants, but with the seeds we don't really know what we're going to get, but at least I know I'm going to have at least 3 red lettuce. So I hope this video was helpful, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing and thumbs up this video if you found it helpful. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.